Hey there, so I'm gonna do my normal teacher makeup today, and I don't know if you're a dance teacher or a dancer or a yogi or yoga teacher, but when I'm taking class I generally don't wear any makeup, but when I'm teaching class I like to just have a little polish to my face, and here's what I do most days. So I like to start out cleansing, and I found that the St. Ives is really gentle on my skin. I have very acne prone skin, even as a 29-year-old, so I have to be really careful of what I put on it, and I've already cleansed. And the next thing that I like to do is use this Burt's Bees lotion. I think it's really nice and really gentle, and I love it. So I used to wear a ton of makeup when I taught, and I just realized that it wasn't really sustainable or practical for a few different reasons. One, I just didn't feel like buying all that makeup. And two, it really didn't do anything great for my skin. And you can see how red it's getting even just for touching it. I have such sensitive skin. But three, I also didn't really want to be in a ton of makeup anymore while I was teaching, mostly children's dance. I just felt like it didn't really speak to what I thought was valuable. I didn't want my kids to hopefully look up to me and think that they had to wear a lot of makeup too. So yeah, we're gonna let this just sink in for a moment. Okay, so next step is I like to wear a sunscreen, and this is Neutrogena's, and it's got a really high SPF, and it feels really good on my skin. It's one of their breakout-free skin things, so once again, really good for my skin. I've always struggled with having dry skin, but very blemish prone, and then it gets so oily in the summer, so I see a really big difference between summer and winter, and that's really tricky. So being adaptable, but also just finding really neutral products that I can deal with all year long. I hate spending money on anything, and I don't know, any products or clothes or things like that. I'd much rather spend my money on going out for dinner and drinks or enjoying friends or vacation. And so buying a lot of makeup, while is fun, is not something I like to do. It's fun to try new makeup, and I definitely like doing my makeup, but it's not fun for me to like go spend a lot of money. I don't know why that sounds fun, but it doesn't sound fun to me. So this is all just gonna start melting in, and definitely making sure I cover my neck as well. So the next thing I like to go in with is Burt's Bees BB cream. And this is really gentle. When my face isn't too breakouty, this is enough to do the job of all my coverage. Today I'm not so sure because I'm quite red, but I really like this because I feel that it's really moisturizing. I think it smells really good. That was a review on it that people thought it smelled funny, but I think it smells really good. And it smells really fresh. It doesn't smell too makeup-y. It smells more like a lotion to me, and it feels like a lotion. And as I'm putting it on, I just feel like it's doing nice things for my skin. I really found Burt's Bees as good for makeup because it not only seems really gentle for me, but it comes off really easily, and I hate the idea of having to scrub my face raw to get makeup off. Because I don't like buying a million products, I don't really want to have eye makeup remover, regular makeup remover, and then face wipes and all these things. I'd much rather use less and do more. The only thing that I do spend money on having multiple items is I've already put 3 things on my face. I sometimes just use this BB cream alone with nothing else underneath if I'm just having a more like relaxed day. So already I feel like my skin is looking less red, which is great. And so the goal here today is not to make it look like I'm wearing makeup. My goal today, when I finish, is just to look like my skin is naturally nice. Like I said, I suffer from what I feel like is a lot of acne for a 29-year-old, but I don't want to necessarily cover everything up and make it perfect. I just want to make sure I look naturally great. Polished, but not made up at all. Like I said, this is not necessarily what I would do outside of dance, but for dance and yoga, this is really ideal. I have to say, probably when I teach yoga, I wear less makeup because I just feel like only with adults, it feels more, I don't know, inclusive and natural. When I'm teaching dance, I definitely like to wear makeup. I feel that I'm representing, I don't know, just my company a different way, and I want to make sure I look really polished. I think there's something about the dance world also that likes a little bit of polish and neat buns and leotards and things like that. So it's funny, when I'm teaching dance, I tend to wear a little bit more makeup. When I'm teaching yoga, I'll probably just wear the BB cream and cover up and moisturize. But yeah, maybe one day I'll just do everything without any makeup, but I'm not there yet. So at this point, I still see that I have some blemishes coming through here, and I've gotten to the point in my life that I don't really care. I'm really just trying to treat my skin well and have a nice, just gentle base to kind of blur the imperfections. I really love my bone structure. I think here up, I just am really, really pleased with. But yeah, here down is just really blemishy. So I also have the Burt's Bees concealer. I find that this is not so great for spot treatments. It's just not, I don't know, not thick enough maybe, but I really like it for like under eye, and I bought a slightly lighter color for that very reason. I'm sure if you're like really into makeup, you're gonna tell me all of my techniques are incorrect, but I don't care. This works for me. And I also like using my fingers for like everyday makeup, but if I were to do stage makeup or going out makeup, I definitely am using all brushes and sponges. So maybe I'll do a stage makeup video sometime, just for all my normal recreational dancers. I find that a lot of times when you look at makeup videos for dancers, there's like, it's so intense and you have to wear the false eyelashes and you have to do like, I don't know, just like so much to your face. And that's really good if you're in competition or if you're dancing professionally or pre-professionally. But for all of my just normal recreational adults and kids, I find that some of those can be really intimidating. So maybe we'll do just like a nice recreational stage makeup. So it's a little bit shiny in on the screen, but right now I already have like more light hitting my cheeks, and I feel like when my cheeks look nice and happy, it kind of lets me forget about the rest. So as far as real concealer to cover blemishes, I really have no brand loyalty. So right now I think I'm using a Rimmel product, and it's nice and crayon-like, and I buy it in a slightly darker shade, and that way it also functions a little bit like contour. Once again, I do know how to contour, I do know how to do more traditional, official, beautiful makeup, but I just don't care day to day. So all I want to do is create, once again, just a nice natural base. I don't mind if my blemishes shine through. I just want to look more close to how I want my natural makeup to look, or excuse me, my natural face to look one day. So if you have any suggestions for dealing with adult acne and blemishes, I'd love to hear them. It's funny because I feel like towards this age, everyone wants you to start using like wrinkle products and like really heavy moisturizers, and I just can't really do that. I can under my eyes, but otherwise I just like can't really do that on the rest of my face. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that base. And I really make sure I let all of this dry. I do a lot of like patting and pushing in because I like the warmth of my hands to help me really set this. In the winter, I really leave all of this wet and moist, and it's great for my skin. In the summer, sometimes I have to go over with some powder, and I think that's what I'm gonna do today because it's really quite humid out. So while this kind of does its thing, I'm gonna do my eyes. And for eyes, I only do a little bit of highlighter. Once again, I'm trying to be really, really subtle and just look more like the naturally flawless human that I'd like to be. With that said, I'm obviously okay with certain flaws coming through. So this little palette was a gift, I think, in a stocking stuffer. I really don't have much high-end makeup at all. I think the most expensive makeup I ever bought was maybe IT Cosmetics. I really relied on their their foundation for a while. I had a great esthetician and she recommended them. So as I'm doing this, I'm covering my lids, going into my crease, and then I come back around the outside just to get some highlight of leftover stuff up there. And that already seems more awake. Sometimes underneath too. Like I said, there's really no precision here. I'm just trying to look more natural and awake. So from there, I always like to curl my eyelashes. So sometimes I don't always wear mascara when I teach or do dance or yoga, but I really like to curl my eyelashes. So I think this eyelash curler was like $3 at Walgreens or something. And my mirror is to the side, so I'm gonna make sure I don't stab myself or rip all my eyelashes out, and just come to the side for a sec and just work my eyelashes up. So I have really struggled with my eyelashes because I had a vitamin D deficiency this past year and my eyelashes got pretty thin. I actually was like missing a chunk of my lower eyelashes. And I'm not really sure if anyone else could notice, but it made me want to wear both more mascara and less mascara. So more mascara to like hide and cover, but also less mascara because I didn't want more eyelashes to fall out. I was trying to do less stuff. So I really like curling my eyelashes because I feel like it's gentle enough. Maybe it's not gentle for people with really brittle eyelashes, but it's gentle enough for me. But we're gonna do mascara today, and I found the Burt's Bees mascara really nice, and this is a black mascara even though it's a brown container. This is seems like their most subtle mascara. They have other mascaras that I'd like to try, and also other foundations that are just more full coverage and things like that and seem like more traditional makeup, and that seems really fun to me, so maybe I'll give that a try. So when I do my mascara, I like to do a pump of my mascara and then do mostly all the work on the top lashes. One, because I just love top lashes and a light lower lash. But two, I feel like when I'm sweating, if it's just along the top, it's gonna get less gross and like drippy down below. So I do all the top and really enjoy a nice fan of lashes. And then I just use the brush to dab a little on the outside. I don't know if you know, but when you're like going up, sometimes you catch a little bit on the lower lashes. And so I just take a little down stroke on the lower lashes on the outside to kind of even out any of those globs that have transferred from bottom to top as I've been working. And also just like open up the outside edge. And we'll do the other one now. Okay, so now I feel like I have eyes again, which is nice. And I feel like this mascara is nice and natural, and once again, just looks like a little bit more polished. So now that I've given my face some time to like set in, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips and cheeks. And for day to day, I generally use my lipstick on my cheeks, which is like a dance trick I learned when I was like 5 with my mom before going on stage, because it's like pretty challenging to put makeup on a 5-year-old. And she would just go dot, 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 lips, 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 done. So I like to use Burt's Bees Lily Lake, and I love this color. I feel like it looks like my nude color with just more pigment. It's really moisturizing, and yeah, it's 530 Lily Lake. I love it. I haven't tried probably 5 colors of Burt's Bees, and this one is like definitely my favorite. So when I do my cheeks, because I'm quite red already here, naturally, rosy, I want to go ahead and just extend the line. So I've actually put really light dots of my lipstick along the high point of my cheeks. I bring it up and I bring it down and under. And it's a little bit deceiving because if you have sensitive skin like me, as you beat your skin with a beauty blender or your finger, it gets redder. So I try to just be really mindful of what color my face is because it can be hard to tell. So once again, it's on the top and then it goes up and around and under. And as I step back, I think you can see a little bit more, a bit of this contour that my face is naturally getting. And this is not the best light, but we're doing what we can. Okay, so now from here, because it is quite hot and humid today, I am gonna put on a powder. So I like to use Airspun, which is just like been around for forever and is super cheap and easy. I don't use face powder every day. I only use it when I need it, which is on hot days or when I'm performing. I definitely use it like setting spray, setting powder. So when I'm doing like a lot of makeup and have to set it, I wouldn't do this now. I would have done this earlier after I finished my face, but because I wanted my face to soak up as much makeup and moisture as possible on its own, I'm doing this last. And to make sure I don't get any weird mouth things, I make a funny face. And then just gently start to buff it out. And when I'm doing this, I'm just tapping some in. It's now in there. Swirl it around. Really, really good. And evenly cover the brush. There's no like heavier or lighter spots, and then do it again. I find that when it's already quite humid, like it is today, I can't drag the brush as much as I want to. I just stipple. Once again, hiding my lips. And I feel like when your face is less shiny, also your pimples just show off more. So if it's adding extra like bumps to your face and then it catches in the light because it's oily, that's a shame. And if it's really matte, things look nice. Not that I don't like shiny, sparkly things, but I definitely prefer matte. And like I said, if I was doing more traditional full makeup, I would be doing this before I did my mascara or anything, but this is just kind of like a last double check. So depending on what my face looks like last, I will sometimes put just a little bit of brow work. My brows are kind of fine by the bulb, and that's really the only part I'm concerned about, just filling in slightly. What I really like about my brow pencil is the pigment, but even more so is the little brush on the end. And I just feel like if I can just brush up and then over, just makes everything look so much nicer. The funny thing is that even as I'm messing with my brows, my skin is reddening underneath. So I try to only do a little, and already that looks a little bit more full and natural. And that's it. That is my makeup that I would wear to teach dance in. And I'm looking very fair and pink today, but that's all I do. I think it's important that we don't feel like we have to wear makeup in yoga and dance. And that was one of the most important things that I thought when I started wearing more natural looking makeup, especially teaching dance and little ones and teenagers. I was just like, this is not that important. We should just be ourselves. And if I can show off my blemishes and just be me, closer to the normal, natural me, I think that's really good for our participants and our class. Same thing goes in yoga. If as a confident instructor, I can say, you know what, it's just looking a little blemishy today, but I'm confident, I think it gives other people permission to not try to hide or to feel like they have to be perfect before they step in front of other people. Both a useful thing to remember in yoga and dance, and things that I have to remind myself as well. So thanks so much for watching. I look forward to doing maybe a stage makeup video soon, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye.